Good morning, everyone. This is Jason Schwartz. We're here at the Neutral Zone, MauiNeutralZone.com. We're hosted by KAKU 88.5 FM, the voice of Maui. We're housed in the studio of Akaku Maui Community Media, channels 50, 3, 4, and 5. But channel 55 is where you'll find us. But you can mostly look at MauiNeutralZone.com, because up there you'll see a full transcript of this show and a summary of this show. And you'll see that we have that for all of our shows that are up there. We got like 550. And anyway, that's the way to go, MauiNeutralZone.com. You'll also see up us, things live on YouTube at Dream Maui and Dream Maui 1, Dream Maui 2. But go to MauiNeutralZone.com. That'll be your best experience. You know, that website is an amazing experience for me. You see, that's what this show, you're looking at someone, you guys, some of you're kind of, you know this guy. This guy, is he a comedian or an actor? Well, when I say his name, that'll even confuse you more. Jim Carey, welcome to our show.
Thank you, Jason. You're thinking of that movie star. I'm the good-looking, funny one.
I've seen that already. Jim Carey has been a friend for better than a decade, I think. Yeah. But and some guy named Brother Brad introduced me, and all those years I got to know Jim, and I heard about him. He's over there. He was, came from the mainland and doing computer. He's really a wizard. Yeah, I know. And I've been building my websites for years and doing them myself, hiring people for $1,000 here, $1,000, $2,000, and nothing ever stuck. I never could seem to get it together where it be able to clearly show what I'm doing and tie it together in a way that anyone says, "Hey, Jason, we want to join in what you're doing. We see our place in all this." And I just hired GoDaddy to do. I built my website myself because the people I had in India, I couldn't work at 12 and 14 and a half hour differences and all the changes, and that was horrible. But they were nice people, but didn't do what I needed. So I signed on with GoDaddy, and GoDaddy, sadly, just made it worse and worse. So they were burying me in a deep hole and sending it out to developers. You'd speak to someone, and you couldn't speak to the people doing the work. You could only speak to someone who would write the thing that you just told them forever, and write it up in a thing, and then send it to those people to get it done. Every time they did something, they created and took new programs, did their own thing, but they didn't talk, and they didn't get it, and it was getting worse and worse and worse. So I hired people on the Big Island, created another domain, exoticpropertyhawaii.com, which is also, by the way, another name at our brokerage, MauiCoastProperty.com, Maui Coast Properties. But it's like, wait, that was going on, and that wasn't clear. And then they got the guy in India. They wanted to help me. I gave them $1,000 a few months back, but GoDaddy wasn't ready, and it got screwy. So they were going to help me create new doorways but they didn't exactly understand because they have a different culture and style. Here I am. I'm going crazy. Whatever hair, you see it's thinning. Whatever hair I had left was going away quickly. And I mentioned it to Jim and Brad, and I guess little did I know, Jim was then looking closely and said, "Hey, Jason." And that's why Jim's on the show, because if I was looking for the architect of what I've now have 4 websites up there going on, and that's because of a wizard, Dr. Jim Carey. I usually think of you as Jim or Dr. Jim, but Jim Carey, like I said, when I first did, I said 1 R or 2, but he made it clear he's the handsome, good-looking one. You're shorter. The other guy's very tall and thin.
Yeah. But having his name stood me great in business.
I bet.
I'm about 10 years older than him, but ever since he became famous, people remember me.
Oh yeah,
so that was good.
And you're
it's like my buddy John Wayne, the insurance agent.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
Right.
That name too.
I have another friend who has friends with the same names. That's great fun.
So, I'd heard your complaints about this major hosting company and I looked under the hood at what they had done. You gave me the login codes.
Get a little closer just for good measure.
Okay. I looked under the hood for what they had done, and I could see. I've seen this before many a time here on Maui, and so I see the problem was every time they assigned somebody, nobody looked at what had been done. You didn't have an integrated whole. You just had a bunch of pieces mashed together, and nothing
like
made sense.
Frankenstein's monster.
Yeah. So so I sorted it out. It turned into 3 more websites from Maui Mutual.
And he fixed the one that the other guys did in another whole thing.
Oh, that was funny because she didn't know what a fave icon was, which is an industry standard. But anyhow, fix that one.
Well, we're going to talk about all this stuff. So that's we thought we'd start off this year. I thought by letting you realize we're an upgrade. This is a year where you're going to see things that I could show you before, but I could never say, hey, go look there and you'll see the detail. Go over there and you'll see where and how you could be part of it. You'll see how this fits in with that, and this fits in with that. Plus, the bonus that is the most amazing, the one that really has grabbed me is, I've had shows forever. Akaku has a library. After 2 years, they used to keep them for a while. Now after 2 years, they say, we don't have the room, we don't have the thing, you got to take your own stuff. Well, I have all these tapes, and then tapes were gone. I had CDs, then DVDs, and I'm trying to save all these shows. So I have other producer friends here and everywhere that don't have their stuff saved. So I lost bunches of shows over time. But I had shows, and I wanted to do something, not just have a pile of discs.
Well, that's a lot of what got me interested, Jason, because you had this library. Just on YouTube, you had over 400 videos.
Yeah.
And it's like a history of Key West and Key West media. And it deserves preserving.
Yeah, well, Key West. You did the same.
I'm sorry,
there.
Key West. Sorry, I mean Maui.
Jim was from Key West. You spent time in Key West.
I grew up there. Yeah.
Oh, we're going to be talking about that later.
If I slip into that word, that's because that was home. But this is home now. So
you've been here now at least 11 years.
19 years.
19 years.
Yeah.
See that? You know, and you don't know who's around you. You know, we just heard someone had a party. Really, that party was? We don't even know what's going on. We have such a rich community here, and this is one of the jewels. I don't mean to speak of you like a piece of meat, but this is like the man who's solid platinum. You have made a difference in me in that I have a foundation.
Well, that's what got me interested in this, and the other thing that was interesting was helping you split these different divisions of your past, your personality, and your mission into appropriate sections.
And people would better.
That's why we ended up with 3 websites out of the one from GoDaddy.
Yeah. Well, you should have seen what GoDaddy did. Oh. Yeah. Anyway, that's a story for another show.
We shouldn't badmouth them by name.
Yeah, they're a good company. Yeah. They host perfectly well, but we went to a different hosting company. That'll be part of what we're going to talk about. I don't mean to be funny, but when I think about AI, this year they're on the head of Time magazine as the person of the year. AI. Well, AI has been here a long time. It's all around us right now. When I go to Jim's place and I say, hey, Alexa, scratch my back. Jim has...
Alexa runs every device in my house. Yeah.
And
nice.
All kinds of fun with that.
Yeah. The thing about AI, Jason, is that there's so many out there and they're so commonly available now. 7-8 years ago, I was working in AI with Eric Orrin AI out of Seattle. And we took Getty Images, which if you ever, there's stock photography. Problem with Getty or Shutterstock or any of them is finding what you're looking for. Say, I want a girl walking on the beach in Hawaii. You get girls walking on beaches, but not necessarily Hawaii, or girls walking in Hawaii, but not necessarily on a beach, because the photographers would make the tags for the photos, and everybody wants to be seen all the time, so they tag their photo for everything: tropical, Caribbean, Hawaii. What we did for Getty was we ran all their images, millions of images, through our AI, and labeled them for what they were, based on the EXIF data on the photo, the behind the scenes data on your photo when you scroll up, like latitude, longitude, things like that. And we turned it into a useful database, and Getty just took off after that.
Isn't it fun?
Yeah.
AI, as people think that this is so new and it's suddenly a new thing. all these programs and all these things that you're looking at have taken some time and energy.
Well, what we're having is we're using AI every day and usually not realizing it.
Yeah.
Most cell phones are running on AI now, but you're still treating it like a search engine. And with the difference between a search engine and AI is in a search engine I say, girl beach, and we'll see what I get. But with an AI, you tell it a sentence or two. You tell it what you want. My AI prompts often run to half a page. But when I say enter, a few minutes later, I get exactly what I was looking for.
And I did that. Someone wanted me to read a book. Gentleman was on our show, and he wanted me to read a book and do things with him. And I said, well, I can't see your book. If you can send me in PDF. Sent it me in PDF. I ran it through, got summary of each chapter. Can I have a summary with 3 lines summarizing each chapter?
Yeah.
Can you flesh it out more if I wanted this? And you can put it all on one page and put a picture over there. And a tool. As people think.
Well, another good example of that is you had all these videos, and I said, the way to make these searchable is to have a transcript and a summary. So we used one AI to research the free tools for creating a YouTube transcript with timestamps.
Right.
And we found one, and then you cranked them out in a month. You got 400 and some odd done.
Oh, God.
It was incredible how fast you worked that.
Well, I'm committed. It takes... to be able to tell you the truth, well, you guys know I'll tell the truth. You were working at lightning speed above my pay grade. And I thought, the only way to keep the attention of someone who's really smart and moving this quickly is catch on and do it and really commit.
Well, that was why I enjoyed working for you, and that's why I stuck around so long.
Thank you.
Because you did your share.
Well,
you were willing to learn, and you did it, Because I'm in the business of teaching people how to fish. I've been in the computer industry I've been in the Windows compatible industry since 1981, and Windows came out.
Wow.
I've done software for the State Department, for a lot of governmental agencies.
You worked
for all the branches of the military.
Countries and
I've been 27 countries.
Wow.
I've worked in 27 countries for the State Department.
Wow.
I've worked in 48 different countries for foreign governments, all with the permission of the U.S. government.
Right.
But I did custom application software in the 1980s when you bought a computer and you turned on, it said C: is greater than. And you learned to use a word processor. And I've been doing it since then. So I got into AI when I retired a few years back. And yet AI's come to a point that it's everyman technology now.
Yeah.
And the challenge here, and that's why I was glad to hear you're doing an AI seminar here at the station.
No, in fact, this Saturday at 10 to 12, Vinny Pimenta is putting on an AI for Creatives workshop 2. He's had this before. You'll see the flyer around where maybe here. But just like this, except your style.
Yeah.
See,
and
people have
even
to learn.
I have to remember to use AI.
Yeah.
Somebody handed me their logo, said, can you make this the logo for my new company? All I have to do is change the name, okay, which I'm messing around, and I'm no graphics artist. I'm messing around in 3D Paint or whatever. Oh, wait a minute. I dumped it into one of my AIs, and I said, add this text in this font. And it
came out beautiful. Right?
And it took 3 or 4 minutes on my laptop, but it was beautiful. It was perfect. I've been messing for 20 minutes and didn't have it right. We got to remember to use the AI and not be tied to one AI either. Like, we could have, but the AI we asked about your YouTube video transcripts was not one that would do it, but it helped us identify one.
Now, that's interesting because, I was trying to figure out which one to use, and you found Note GPT. And then I went there and I did YouTube videos, but then I had to do Vimeo. I had a bunch of
So
things.
we found another one that would do Vimeo for you.
But not only that, I figured out how to use a Note GPT to do everything. So I never even used those other programs.
You got Note GPT. There you go. So you became... This is my job. You outdid the expert. I mean, all I did was point you in the direction.
It's like, I don't have to learn things I don't have to learn if I can.
Yeah.
So that's what's so incredible. These, I have Chat GPT, the best $20 a month And I do I use it for everything? No, but like you say, it's very convenient. People worried about losing their jobs. To be able to do this, you have to know what you're doing, and it's becoming more commonplace. But that doesn't mean you're going to be replaced. That means you're going to be used.
Well, the creative part is still going to be jobs, but a lot of the
Robotic
routine part,
work,
the secretarial things are going to be gone. I'm recommending my grandkids, 3 of the 4 of them, go look at trade schools, plumber, electrician, mechanic. Those are going to be good trades.
solid jobs that can't.
Right now, today, the average plumber makes more than the average attorney. Yeah,
Seriously?
and 40% of the working plumbers in the United States are past retirement age.
Wow.
Yeah, so the
That says
future's
a
in
lot.
the trades.
The future's in the trade. That's
Yeah.
amazing.
And
to
I
hear.
was saying heavy equipment, but I see heavy equipment's all being automated now in China. So things that a machine can't easily do, like fix your car, crawl under your sink.
Diagnose the electrical problem.
Yeah,
That's what I want to do.
trade school.
Yeah. Wow. Well, I've been looking at I know that you talk about coding and how AI has kind of, by using it as a tool, you've been able to eliminate errors that you as a programmer could inadvertently make.
Well, there's 2 parts of that. There's 3 parts to this, really. First off is we write the website code. But the modern part of it is we not only write the website code, we write the SEO, the search engine optimization code, which is separate. And the third part now is we write special code to stick in each article or page just for the AI. Because it tells the AI what's on the page so the AI can read it. Oh. And this is why, like this one chart here.
Let me see.
This company here, we redid the... I'll just send you the pile.
Here, just let me see.
Yeah.
Here. I'm going to take the first one.
My fingers
His hands
are dry
are-
too. Yeah.
I lick my fingers. Here you go, Jim.
They've been going along for years. And
Here, can I say their name or no?
yeah.
Rochester PMG,
Rochester Property Management Group in Rochester, Michigan.
Michigan.
25-year-old company.
So
and,
what do we see there? What am I going
Well, what we're seeing here is for the
We have
last
TV and radio,
for 9 months on the for 9 months of last year, they're going along 200 visitors a day. This was our routine, and that generated about 2 new leads a month, which was fine. But I've been playing and experimenting, and they're good client. So would you just let AI write your whole page for me? Let me have AI rewrite your whole page, optimize it for AI. It took all the extended articles about everything they do and all their experience and all made into bullet points, which turns out readers respond to a lot better. Added the AI code in, and what happened on the chart here, within the week of me, it took 2 days to convert the website. They went from 200 visitors a day to 300, 400. They're running 800 a week. 800 visitors a week now.
Wow.
Up from 200.
So,
And the only thing we changed, no new ads or anything else, the only thing we did was we rewrote the website into a way that the AI said people would respond better to, and a way in which the AI would understand what was on the website and thus recommend it more often. And it worked, because they went from 2 leads a month to 2 leads a day. They asked me to shut down all their advertising for a while.
wow.
That's
So
what that chart's
one,
about.
huh? That's
That's what
great
that spike is. And the last month of that spike, there's been no ads running, and they're still running 600, 800
Well,
visitors
and you've been
a week.
able to do things with me also. I've seen, even before it's been up, we're not even
Well,
starting.
AI helps me a lot because I no longer write all that code. When I started writing websites, I typed
Space,
I typed
slash,
HTTP going
question
right.
mark.
Typed every little word. Less than, P, greater than, that starts a paragraph. And ampersand, NB, SP, semicolon, that's
so
a
if you
space.
didn't know, you could still do it.
Now
Your
the AI does
knowledge
that.
behind it makes it incredible. I mean, that's what you're. it's
I
like
write a prompt for the
supercharging.
AI. It supercharges. I write a prompt for AI, and I say, I want you to rewrite this page, optimized for humans to read, keep all the existing facts and data on it, but redo it as you see fit.
So that's
And I get
another
bullet
key
points.
here. Input. He got input from me. When here you got.
And then I
stuff
say,
from them.
and deliver it in a WordPress ready HTML file.
Wow, and there it is.
So I don't have to write any code. It even inserts the icons, all the pretty little graphics.
Well, what I see also is you after you're done, you run it through Checker again.
Oh, then I add another piece of code in there, and I say, now write a JSON LD file, which is what the AI reads. And once that gets indexed by Google, then the AI knows exactly what's on your page. And then, yes, I have 3 or 4 different code checkers I run it through. And I train my own AI. That's why ChatGPT or Copilot, whatever you're using, if you got save mode on, it learns. I love it last week when I was asking a question about your website. It says, isn't this the same situation we had on RochesterPMG.com?
Oh, it knows.
4 months earlier.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, and it remembers that. So then I run through code checkers, and then I run the code, and then I get an error message. I tell the AI what the error message is, and it'll write the new code. It'll fix it.
Wow.
And 6 months ago, I was getting errors, 2-3 errors every page. It would take 10, 15 minutes to get the errors out. I don't think we had a single error on all 4 of your websites that I did.
But
because my AI has been learning from me.
Right.
And this has been the big breakthrough.
So
5 years ago, I had to be on a mainframe somewhere. Now it saves it on my local hard drive.
Well, I've had ChatGPT, and then Google has Gemini that's available to me, and there's Copilot and Grok. I mean, you can have a laundry list. Amazing to me. Perplexity, Bing has. I don't know where. I know after a while the names. Grok, I think that's Tesla, right?
That's Elon Musk. Yeah. One of my friends is Grok. He's in love with her. She's very sexy. Yeah, why do you like her? Is she smarter than the other ones? Oh, I don't know. She's just so sexy.
Well, see, that's the biggest issue going on these days, in my mind, is that we're all just tied to our machines here, and we don't go out and put our feet in the grass and, go stroke the hair of a beautiful woman or a beautiful guy or whatever your choice is, or take a walk on the beach. And we're so blessed to be here in Maui.
Yeah.
What a nice thing that you can be able to work and function from here. What's your website address? I don't want to forget. It's going to be posted. But
I have different websites for different purposes. But my new AI website is aioffice.dev for developer.
Is that
AIOFFICE.dev.
Okay, we're going to post that.
AI Office
but because
developer.
of when we have Akaku, they don't want us to putting names on screens. So the ones up at MauiNeutralZone.com and all over, they have all the other stuff. But at Akaku, we keep it clean, as we say.
I've got admin access to Maui Neutral Zone. I'll see that it's there. I own you.
Well, and I've been holding off on doing these little short videos that you speak of and doing because every step I'm kind of moving along a little bit slower. I've had a few challenges along the way. Also, I've never had a website that I could be comfortably putting down and feeling a foundation. By doing all this and adding in the websites, it's made me realize, number one, I've done a lot of things here.
You got a hell of a library. That's why I got involved. You got a fantastic library. 35 years of videos. We got over 600 now.
Yeah.
With stuff that's in the queue.
Well, and I've got a few more. I'm cleaning out some of my stuff. I found a bunch more, but it's a process. You got to take it from a disc, move it from a disc into the digital. Then the digital, you got to. But you know what? That's what I did with all this stuff, and it's been worthwhile. Like you say, the upfront studying, the upfront doing pays great dividends. So think of this as, wow, this guy, I've been working on AI, and I've got all these pages built, but I don't know how to do it. This is your man.
This is why we did everything with Zoom calls.
Yeah, we were on Zoom.
I did it with you. Well, 25% of it.
No, when we started, I
took the advanced stuff behind the scenes. I took care of that. Right. But anything I could teach you to do, we do it on Zoom. I show you what I'm doing.
Really awesome.
Yeah.
Working with you, I've never worked with someone as professional as you. You're very friendly and easygoing, but you listen and you read and you also have tools that you use. And, it's not wrong to use a tool in your trade. Sounds like you've learned to use tools and, well, like you say, we're growing each day. Look at this. I was able to take the one that only did YouTube, but I said, wait a minute. I can do this, and I can do that, and I can do this, and that. And that's what's really fun, is all this stuff, like our world, like you always hear me talking, art and music and environment and tourism, that's all one thing. Here on Maui, what's wrong with an integrated action plan? We can bring up entertainment, fill the places here with activity, take money I get from real estate commissions and real estate referrals to other agents, here and all across the country, potentially. So we're going to start and then grow. You know why? Because this is the ideal time. Hiring a guy like Jim was the greatest decision that I've made. It's given me confidence in who I am. It took this pile of tapes that I could see and tell everyone about to put them all up there. You can go to the search engine. So let's see. Affordable housing. Wait. What's affordable housing? Hannibal Tavares. Well, he was on the show, and you see what show he was on, what he said, when. Look at the summary. AI looks at all this stuff. I asked AI to look at the whole website when I was at about 400 shows.
Yeah, what did it
say? Look at all the things and see with all the ideas I've been doing, which are the most significant topics I've had over the years. And what do you think of the topics? How do they relate to... Made me look like a rocket scientist. But it also showed me, I saw me running in 1994, and you look at all the bullet points of what I was doing. 100%. It's like, they say, I've been holding this flag. Holding the vision is probably the greatest thing. You'll see that up there on the website. I put that in the paper, and it was 1992 or 3. We're in Lahaina. It was published again year and a half ago. Holding the vision. When you see something and it's what you see, you don't give up on it. You hold it and you keep nurturing it, whether it's easy to or not. And I feel really comfortable. This morning I spoke to someone who's already doing tribute music to different stars. And now, with the tribute music we're going to tie things together in ways that people didn't think could be done. It's all because of help from each and every one of the supporters that we have.
Well, Jason,
anyway,
you said in a letter to me once, it says every day, I have never felt like I was building a website that would really serve our vision.
Oh, yeah.
And now I do. And that's what I tried to do for you.
Well, yeah, amazing. I mean, I don't know where that was in the thing here, but when I was reading it through, I wrote that. I was saying, hey,
that was a testimonial you wrote
at the
for
end,
AI Office.
I can't overstate your knowledge, whatever, experience, and incredible follow-through. I mean,
the fact that I printed out your script in 28-point type.
Well, man knows this is 4.0 cheaters. 4.0 cheaters. You wonder... Thank you. That was helpful.
Oh my God, what font is that? It's just really big.
Some of you are going to look at the screen and you have a page of stuff. We have some stuff that you're going to see on screen of what Jim has been doing. Why don't you grab that out and maybe we could use it as a guide.
Let's see here.
The pages that are coming. Jim has optimized my site for AI, which he told you about. He can optimize sites whether they're AI or not. And you've been doing this so long.
Here's a sample summary and transcript from Maui Neutral Zone.
Oh, yeah, summary and transcript sample. So, no kidding. Every show, like this show, you'll be able to see all the words we speak. If I say Hannibal Tavares, when you press search engine on Hannibal Tavares, you say, what? Oh, yeah, Jason mentioned Hannibal Tavares. So you can take any idea, anything that we've had on the show or haven't had, and search the whole
And it's a Google-type search engine where you say Hannibal Tavares, you'll get anything that mentions Hannibal or Tavares. If you put it in quote marks, you'll get only Hannibal Tavares.
I see.
That's a Google-style search engine. That was a bit of an upgrade from WordPress.
Oh, it's unbelievable. So it's using the best of the tools, knowing how to use them.
Here's another good example. When you write your website for AI and put the code in there that tells AI what the website is, as soon as it goes on the search engine, you start getting traffic. There's your first week, and you got up to how many?
1.4K. 1,400 in the first week.
And there's your and then your first 2 weeks is the next page, or first 30 days.
Wow. 3.5K, 3.6K.
And we did no advertising.
14K. You hear that, people?
Once I released it to the search engines, It's almost all Google traffic right there.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's extraordinary. Well, it's like hard to put into words what I don't know what to say. What I've been doing. You got up there. When I saw 100 visitors, and I've been struggling to get some eyes on what's going on. And, you hear about the internet. Whoa, the internet used to be, we'd send out a mailer. If you got 3%, you were thrilled. 5%. And now on the internet, as I've learned, 0.5% is a good percent. What are you doing? 33, 32% on the first little thing we're doing? So something's going in the direction of, if you're an advertiser, you'd like to hang around with us. If you're doing things as a sponsor, you could see that our platforms are going to be visible. That's what we're building. We're building an us platform.
The other thing that's happening that most people aren't aware of is a lot of the existing tools we had, like Google Ads, Google Analytics.
Yeah,
they've been AIing behind the scenes. Like I set up some ads for a new client. I just went and asked some basic questions. It read the website. It created the ads. All I had to do was say, no, that's not what we want. Approve or disapproved. Normally it's a day's job. It took me a couple hours.
So the graphics people, I guess you could replace them, but let's say they are the ones.
The graphics people are great for the original ideas.
Right, and they can write prompts themselves and then take it from there.
The other thing that these analytics are good for is that you want to know where your people are coming from.
Yeah.
Now, that's just one example. That one says, are they coming from cell phones or desktops? And that's for Maui neutral zone. So you're about 39% cell phones, and the rest are desktops. AI Office is 80% cell phones.
Wow.
But because I know that, I rearranged the website a little bit. I tune it for I tune it for cell phones because I know where most of my traffic is coming from.
Just extraordinary.
But just be able to tell from Google Analytics.
You can even see how many unique users there are.
Yeah.
That's really exciting.
Yeah, actually, you got 2% that came from tablets.
Which is like an iPad.
Yeah.
Wow.
I love the amount of detail. And the beauty of it is that because these are, and this is what I'm trying to get at today, there's AI everywhere. A lot of it's going on behind the scenes. And so much of it has made my job streamlined. I don't have to go in there and define a lot of stuff. I tell it I want to patch this website to Google Analytics. And it says, oh, you need a tag, you need this and that. You want me to add them for you automatically? I say, yes. Boom, 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 done. I don't have to go in and edit the code.
You want to add them automatically?
Yeah.
Like I told you about this book with the little summaries.
Yeah.
Look, I really can't see very well. Could you read me the book? Do you want me to read it to you in chapters all at once? Will you please do a summary first, and so that I can digest it and be prepared for when you're going to be reading? Oh, yes. Do you want me to read it all at once? You want to read chapter at a time? I can. And then you come back later and says, hi, remember me? It doesn't even say remember me. It just says, okay, you ready for me to read the thing to you?
Yeah, it picks up where it left off. Yeah.
So if I'm working at a job, I would only think how I can use these tools to make me better at my job. So they never would want to think about replacing me. I know how to use the tools to supercharge.
I'm trying to broaden my grandkids' horizons beyond middle-class America.
Yeah.
In the Midwest where they live.
Uh-huh.
So I've got friends from all over the world, thanks to all my travels, and I get people to send me children's books. And then they got a tablet with Google Translate.
Right, isn't that?
And I got one granddaughter. She's reading a book about a little French girl, 12 years old, and my youngest granddaughter, she just loves these books she got from Finland, because Finn is apparently very close to English.
Oh.
Yeah. And she goes to school and then pretends to read. She memorized the book. Now she goes to school and pretends she can read Finn.
You've trained her, huh?
Yeah.
Well, you were a wizard. You've been a wizard for a long time.
Well, I started out at Federal Military Academy, and I've only gone uphill since.
Well, when you were a little guy, you were probably a rascal, and then you went to a military academy. I'm just guessing.
I went to a private boarding school in a foreign country to keep me out of the newspapers.
Really?
But but that school got me interested in education. I went from straight C's just by showing up to class to graduating top of my class, and that got me into a Federal Military Academy, which is another great education. And my background is naval engineering, and I love computers because it's a zero tolerance, zero wear and tear. When you design, build, or maintain a machine, you have to deal with wear and maintenance.
Yeah.
But when you write software, if it works once, it's going to work forever. And it doesn't wear out. It doesn't get rusty.
So you had a computer thing that was going on in Key West.
It's ultimate engineering. Well, back then I was in Langley, Virginia.
Oh.
Yeah. When I left the service, I went back home to Key West. Yeah.
So your resume is, I imagine you have somewhere on your sites you're going to tell everyone who you are, but
oh yeah, it's on AI Office.
It's
yeah.
like, as I say to people when they say, "Are you Jason?" I've heard that. Yes, that Jason Schwartz. I've been here 37 years. I was that one. I was that one.
Yeah, exactly.
That's this guy.
Yeah.
You were United Way fundraising chairman?
Well, I was chairman of the allocations committee for South Florida United Way. I was on the committee for 10 years. I was chairman for 9.
Wow.
Hurricane Andrew, I raised $10.1 million for disaster relief. Every penny went to disaster relief, no administrative fees or anything.
You've been able to mobilize things because you have incredible knowledge, and I can see when you're working with governments, we're able to work with a library and inventory, all this accumulated knowledge. I want to
Jason,
say,
so much as I'm not ego-based with what I do. I'm out there to help other people, make them look good.
You seem uniquely
so I sponsored
qualified to help other
they've
people.
used me to sponsor fundraisers for Yugoslavia, Czechoslovakia. I was in Moscow when the Red Army marched on past the U.S. Embassy in that revolution.
Oh boy!
I was in Prague when the Berlin Wall came down. This is all State Department contracts.
Yeah.
But
wow!
I became popular in those countries because I brought them technology and I taught them how to use it themselves. I don't give people fish. I teach people how to fish.
Right, which is why I was talking. There are people out there who probably are afraid to call. Oh, he's just some big guy. But when I started Dreammakers, before it was the foundation, Dreammakers, no job too big or too small. And if not, we'll lead you in the right direction. You even teach people on your website how to do this themselves. And that's not,
that's the goal of the website. The blog part is going to be a DIY part. Partly because 3 days after I released my website to my AI office, my new website to Google, to the search engines, I still wasn't showing up in search. So I go down to the library. I use a computer that doesn't know it's me. Google doesn't know it's me.
Yeah.
And I said, well, what about AIoffice.dev? And they go, oh, well, that's some big global organization. They are here on Maui, but I think they're probably too big for what you're talking about.
Really?
So I had a long talk with Google AI when I got home, and now Google is mentioning me, and I'm starting to get some traffic. But because my references, they just assumed I was some big worldwide. Now, yes, and I have worked for Lookin International Rubber and Grand Cayman.
A resume that's just stunning.
Yeah.
But
and it's linked on my AIoffice.dev under About Us. It links to my resume.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
So all of you who want to know, is this the one that wore the mask? No.
No, I'm the good-looking, funny one.
I imagine have you ever met Jim Carey?
No, but he follows me around. To differentiate myself, I got my PhD, and then he got a PhD.
You did?
Yeah, he got an honorary one for comedy because he gave some university speech.
Oh, yeah.
So now he's DrJimCarey, too. So I said, heck with this. I moved to Maui. What did he do? Well, I guess about 7-8 years ago, he followed me. He lives just 2 miles down the road from me. He's a stalker. I know.
He's here.
Yeah, he's
stalker. Hey, by the way, Jim, you're welcome to come on the show. In fact, we'll have you here if you want. We can. I had a friend, may he rest in peace, named Jimmy Kimmel.
I remember Jimmy. I knew him.
My buddy Jim Kimmel.
Mm-hmm.
And everyone would say, well, Jimmy Kimmel. My Jim Kimmel was friends with Willie Nelson. I don't know how many times we were trying to go over to Willie's. And Willie, we got some ideas we want to talk to you about, or Lucas too, by the way. But anyway, this is going to be tying things together and people together because of you, because you've been able to help me start. And we're never done, but I know I want intro videos. I know we want to tie this together, make it a platform so that everyone has a shopping plaza. I mean, all these things we've spoken about, you can't go to step 3 until you have step 1, which is why I guess you wouldn't say I'm dragging my feet. But
No, you're not dragging your feet, but more than once I've had to remind you, baby steps.
baby steps.
You are great at the big picture, and okay, now what are we going to do next?
Yeah.
I know this is where we're going. I understand where we're going, Jason, but let's
this
take it
is
one step at a time.
Well, no, I just told someone this morning, this is a year I'm going to start singing more and doing more shows.
Good.
And getting the music thing together.
Good.
Someone that already does tribute shows, we're going to tie it together. Someone wants me to do Bob Dylan and this one and Willie. By the way, I didn't want to go there, but there's so many beautiful things that can happen when we think about not interested in the profit. We're going to do something to generate and regenerate. We have 15 minutes left. We've got enough time.
Not my first TV show.
I-
That's why I looked. So I didn't mean to distract you.
No,
looking at my
not
watch,
at all.
but
I hope that
I
you
know
guys
what
on
you're talking
radio are missing some of the joy of this. This is just a lot of fun. And you're going to see, if you, again, go up to MauiNeutralZone.com. It is so exciting to me to think
well,
that
today's show will be posted by tomorrow morning?
probably
on
tomorrow
Neutral Zone?
morning,
Yeah.
with all these inserts. I'll give myself till tomorrow morning.
Oh, by Tuesday night.
Well, once I'm going to have some help on AI, on editing, it'll happen. No, probably by Tuesday night is the latest, but before.
Yeah.
But the question is, when I do it and I post it, Jim has it set up so it'll post here and there. And
Oh,
there,
we didn't
and
even
there.
talk about that. That's another AI. This is where people are like, oh, I use ChatGPT. No, I use everything around. I use a program called Deliver at dlvr.it.
Yeah.
And it plugs in. We made a data feed from every WordPress website you have. And every time you put something new on the WordPress website, it goes out and puts it on all your Facebook accounts and groups, all your Twitter, Instagram, I forget, the whole mishmash of everything. Within an hour or two, it's everywhere. It just propagates, and that's all automatic. Took a few hours to set it up, and last time I looked, I didn't bring a printout today, but I think you'd had 1,400 shares with 3,500 clicks or something like that.
Well, I see things I don't even really know about. And to tell you the truth, I'm sort of like
It's generating traffic for the website,
I'm
and it's
excited.
putting exposure out there for everything you generate.
And it also helps in my mind when I hear that. I think, the people that I want to become sponsors and have them become donors need to see the way what this is going to be able to better present our idea. Because our idea, like you say, is a big idea. When I talk about tribute
So
shows,
much of this I was doing for the Maui Snorkeling Lani Kai 10 years ago, 11 years ago.
right?
And I'd generate content from the site, and then I put it on the social media, blah, blah, blah. Now it's just all automatic.
Well, you did amazing with the booking company. I remember.
When they got acquired and the new owners dropped my services after a couple months, I didn't even realize that I was selling 80% of the tickets. Because only 33% were selling online. The rest were calling on the phone.
Yeah.
But when they dropped me in my advertising program,
Yeah.
ticket sales dropped 80%.
Wow. So they hired you again.
Yeah.
Well, it's like they say, if you see what's under the hood, it takes a lot to do it right. And you've done it right. What you've done in helping me.
Well, what I'm getting at with AI, though, is back then, and this is only 10 years ago, I had to do a lot of what we call ABC split testing. I'd write two ads and then see which one performed better. Then I'd take the better ad and try to refine that. And over the course, after I did it for a few years, I had my winter ad, my summer ad. And pretty much there wasn't anything to refine. Now, you sign up with Google Ads or Bing Ads or any of the major ad companies.
They run them.
They run all those tests for you.
YouTube, I saw it.
Yeah.
Doing it too.
I have a company, downriverpropertymanagement.com, brand new website, and put them on a $5 a day advertising program with Bing. And they're running a 47% click-through rate on some of their ads.
Whoa.
In other words, when Bing shows that ad to somebody, there's a 47% chance they're going to click on it.
Wow.
All I told Bing was we just outlined we went through the website, went through the goals, told them we don't do rental management, we don't do rental properties, we just do condos, commercial vehicle properties, HOAs.
So you identified what the
I told what the limitations were.
Awesome.
A week later, Bing wanted to run 52 different ads, of which I approved about 42 of the 52.
So they reached back with their versions.
And now their top versions, when I checked yesterday, they had one version. Well, I don't count anything they've only run once or twice, but they had one that they've run 10 times, and it had a 52% click-through rate.
That's just extraordinary.
Yeah.
I mean, when you said 30
they're also only showing this to people that are really looking for this. They're not just throwing my ad up there all the time.
Which is why when I start applying this with you, for example, in real estate, but targeted with notions of exactly how people that, and we see, because we're a cause-driven thing, as we're able to get other realtors to understand what we're doing, we're going to have other realtors. You guys will see that. Who will be referring. Why don't you do it through Jason and Maui Coast Property? Then we give a referral fee, and that we can help build Maui. We're making a lot of money as realtors. This way you become sort of like a feeder of great who are already established.
I'm a licensed realtor myself, but I put my license inactive on January 1st.
You active again.
Well, no, I have more fun doing this. I'm not cut out to be a realtor. I don't like sitting open houses, all the stuff you need to do. I love doing this, so I put my license on inactive.
Hook up with people that are doing that.
Well, the main thing is I know what the restrictions are on realtors. I know what you can and cannot do.
That's why when you did my site and you ran it through the broker, I know it was going to be perfect. Not only because it's you.
Your broker didn't even know he had to approve it. Remember that?
Yeah, he had to approve it. He wasn't sure that I was really doing it the right way.
Yeah.
So interesting when you see others doing it. Not everybody's doing it right. Not everybody's doing it legally. And, what do they say? There are less people working that can go back in the real estate and say, oh, but you're missing that. You don't have that on your ad, all the rest of that stuff. They're very big sticklers and they know how to find. I guess that's good for consumers to know that the real estate people are really watching. But that when you're building a website, everything's got to be exactly right. So thank you. I don't know what to say. All the questionnaires, everything is just perfect. You've been really driving home so many great points. You are amazing. You are just... I guess that's the point. You're doing it, and you also are unique to me. I'm not one of many. I am your client. You really listen. You may see similarities, but you know how to identify and make something a unique. Anyway, I have nothing but compliments. I've watched for so long now, and it seems like a long time, but that's only because I've done a lot of work in a little time.
4 months.
It's unbelievable.
Yeah,
really, we've done amazing.
October 3rd was when we changed your hosting company, so we started end of September.
Yeah, we're at Quality Discount Hosting. They really are different.
So much simpler, isn't it?
Oh, so much simpler.
Everything's simple, straightforward, text response.
With less cost.
Yeah.
I guess,
they answer the phone when you call, but I just opened a help ticket and I got my answer back in 5 or 10 minutes. Yeah, and the guy says, "Oh, I fixed it for you." Stuff that the other hosting companies are like, "Well, that'll be $90, please." And
oh yeah, that's right. That's what they do.
Yeah,
and let us.
I've been at that company for 30 years now.
Wow.
Yeah, Quality Discount. I love them. I don't put all. I'll work with whatever hosting company somebody has, but when they have problems like you did. His first place to move, and they moved all your stuff over for free. That GoDaddy mess you had.
Well, that GoDaddy mess is still just amazing to say that the people that build the websites contracted out with people that do the work all over the world. But then they're not tracking the work that they did to know who did what.
Well, the main problem is by having multiple programmers, you had multiple ways to do things. One guy would do this, and somebody else would go back and fix it. And they put in things that we don't recommend doing on a WordPress website.
And they start from what is, so they keep building like Frankenstein. Build a finger on there. Oh, you might forget from there. You got to have
exactly what they were doing. Exactly what they did. It was just
amazingly crazy. So you took it on. That alone was amazing.
We just made a great backup of everything, and then I cut everything out and just started from scratch.
No, but what really intrigued me was, I'm very driven by my content. Every dot that was on my page before, I wanted it the way I wanted it.
Yeah, well, that's what we did different for you than, Rochester Property Management Group, they gave me free reign to just rewrite the website with AI, and it worked. I wrote your websites, rewrote them with AI, and then you didn't like it. So we let you change it before I wrote the AI code or the SEO code. And that's fine, too.
Well,
and now it's the way you want it. You're saying your message your way.
So everybody should realize.
And that's okay, too. I'm not going to fight or argue with you. I want to do it your way.
No, but what happens as
my way would have been better, but your way is okay.
But as I'm learning, I've learned when to give you the free rein, but also the fact that you'll take my nuanced difference and understand it first. I mean, I've dealt with people. I can't believe the people that build things that don't know what the world is filled with phony baloney, fake this, fake that. I was going to say you're the real McCoy, the real Jim Carey. Please stand up. You should be on What's My Line, or what was that one?
Remember that one? I remember that show, What's My Line.
But what was that? Tell the Truth.
To Tell the Truth,
three contestants. I don't remember. They were all. Yeah. Remember the days before you'd see someone fly through the sky, and that was AI, and then before that have the when you watch.
When we were kids, and so he flew through the sky, he was on ropes or strings. The Superman, or
you remember old Superman, George Reeves going out there?
Or they've got the camera turned sideways and they're walking up the side of the building, which is really horizontal.
That was
Batman. Yeah, we're dating ourselves, Jason.
We are.
Yeah.
You young people, you got to look back. There's a lot of good stuff still around.
Yeah, a lot of that stuff's on YouTube now. Those old videos, those
we
old
got to be able to find it. Well, when we mention it, we'll tell you where it is. As we're doing this, I'm thinking everything we're talking about is going to be available as part of this base website search.
Yeah.
So if someone makes a comment, it becomes part of this body of knowledge and work. It's just an amazing tool. What kind of things can we do locally, or even bigger, but start with locally, to make things better, because all the information that we have works together. When I talk about environmental things, and it brings up the technologies and tells me this and that, for me it's been a great thing in reaffirming. So I can't even tell you if it never.
Well, we're at this point here for the first time in history that everything we do is going to be this forever archive. YouTube's forever. The first YouTube video ever posted is still there. I'm doing things like your photo albums. Okay, it's one thing to go through photo albums with the grandkids, but how much do they remember? But today, the typical cell phone camera is a super high-res video camera. Mine does 6K video. I get a little tripod, a couple lights. I take the photo album, lay it down, and talk about it for an hour. And then I put it out there on YouTube, and it's there for the great-great-great-grandkids.
Right, that's awesome.
Yeah.
It's really sad that my parents and grandparents weren't around, but they're in my memory and in my mind. And this is all an illusion anyway, remember that.
Yeah.
By the way,
I have a website about that too. Enlightenment?
See, we don't even tell them about that stuff. This is the Dr. Jim Carey that he is a raw food expert. You had a whole series online.
I ran the Creative Health Institute in Southwest Michigan for 8 years, 4 years as director and 4 years as executive trustee. Did a 14-episode TV show about it, lectured all over the world.
Extraordinary.
Created a home study program with videos, and
so the fact that
shipped out over 100,000 copies of those.
You've been a great...
You want to talk about skydiving? I do that too.
My uncle said to me, why would I jump out of a perfectly good plane?
Because landing is the dangerous part.
I bet. You got to roll. I don't know if I've missed anything important, but
we covered everything.
The one thing that I didn't go is I'm going to probably run some screens and show you some of the pages that Dr. Jim has put together. Let me see that package under there for a
You
second.
can have the whole thing.
Let me just look for a second. I'm gonna have to try to keep them in order. I'm gonna show these to you guys because the amount of work that he's done in making things so easy and understandable. And if it isn't, and you want to make changes and additions, become part of us. I can hardly tell you how thrilled I am. Jim, you've been really nothing but a blessing to me. I just wanted to share you with everyone because I know there are people out there that will
Mahalo,
really
Jason.
appreciate you. And, hopefully it'll bring you some activity. I'm sure it may.
Mm-hmm.
When I look, I see we got a minute left. Then, the one important thing that I don't want to forget is no matter where we go, no matter what we do, we got to take our Maui style. And here in Maui, we try to be supportive and loving of each other. You've been nothing but just absolutely a gentleman, and
Thank you.
I have never really worked with anyone that made me feel like they got me. You got me.
I don't always agree with you, but I understand you.
You mostly we agree. We always.
Like I said, I don't always agree with you, but
We'll have
but
a
it's
show
your
like that.
website, it's your cause, it's your nonprofit, it's your goals, and I'm just here to help you.
Right,
I
and
don't have to agree with what you're doing to
right. Well,
be able to help you.
I'd love to be able to see when we do that. That'll be a whole segment. We'll talk about religions and all kinds of different things. Because
I have a doctorate in that too.
I'm telling you, I got a wizard sitting here. We only have a few seconds left. We'll see if the intro comes out the way it should here. Thank you all for joining us today.
Thank you for
I
having
hope
me
to
on
see
the
you
show,
next week.
Jason.
You've been a pleasure,
Mahalo.
Jim. Great guest and a good guy. We're gone. Hit the trick. Still not coming through the board, but you will see us next week, same time, same bat channel. Aloha, everyone.